right, this first problem, I'm going to simplify this rational function in order to find out my restrictions and what I'm left with. So on the top here, t squared, I know I'm going to do t times t. I know I need to multiply things together that are going to give me a negative over here. So something, I'm going to go with -4 and a +1 because I know that this needs to be the bigger number. Down here, I'm going to factor this one by knowing that something times something is going to give me 8. And here are my t's, and I'm going to have them both be positive so that I get the +9. So if these are my two bottom, my denominator, then it helps me do my restrictions. So my restrictions, I'm going to set t + 1 to 0, and I'm going to subtract this one and subtract this one. And what I'm going to realize is that -1, if -1 was t, then that would make that undefined. In addition, I'm going to do t + 8 equals 0. I'm going to take away this 8, take away this 8, and t is going to equal -8. Both of those will make it undefined. The way we mark that is by saying that t cannot equal -1 or -8, and then we're going to do it in interval notation. So -∞ to -8. Oops, I did that one backwards, so the -8 should be over here. And then union -8 to -1 union the -1 to +∞. So that's problem 38. Problem 50, I got some shenanigans to do. The first thing I'm going to do here is deal with this difference of squares. So a +1, a -1 over that, but I'm not going to deal with that quite yet. And then 15a - 6, I'm not going to deal with that quite yet. I'm going to factor that polynomial. So a times a, and then it's going to be a -6, so I'm going to make the 6 that, just kidding, I'm going to make the 6 positive and the 1 negative. And already I can see that I'm going to cross these guys out. But that also helps me know what I want to do over here. And what I want to do over here is I would like to deal with this numerator, and I'd like to pull out the 3, and then it'll leave me with 5a - 2. And what you're going to see over here is that I have this 2 minus 5a. So I'm going to pull out the -1, and I'm going to say 5a - 2. Then I can cross those guys off. And really what I'm left with is a + 1 times 3 on the numerator. And then on the denominator, what I'm left with is this -1 and a + 6 times the quantity of a + 6. So that's that. And then this one over on this side, the first thing I'm going to do is flip this. So I'm going to do multiplication, the reciprocal. So I'm going to put y squared minus y minus 12 on the top and 3y minus 18 on the bottom. I'm going to keep these guys the same. And y squared minus 8y plus 16. Then I'm going to come down here and factor these. So I can tell that this is the difference of squares. So I'm going to have y and a y, and I'm going to have +6 and -6. And on the bottom, I'm going to know that I need a y and a y, and I'm going to need them to be multiplied to a +16. So I'm going to make them both negative, so it will still give me this -8y. And then up here, I'm going to deal with this y squared on the top. And what I'm going to find on the top is that, whoa, what am I looking at? Oh, I know, times 12 give you a negative 12. So y times y, and I'm going to do 3 times 4, I think. Yes. So 3 and a 4, and it's got to leave me with a negative y up there. So I'm going to make this the negative, and I'm going to make that the positive. And then down here, I think I'm just going to keep this, well, maybe I'll pull out the y. I mean the 3. So y minus 6 is what I'm going to have down here. So again, you're going to see you can cross that off, you can cross that off, you can cross that off, you can cross that off. And then up top, you're left with y plus 6 times the quantity of y plus 3 over 3 times the quantity of y minus 4. And I think I could leave it like that, or I could FOIL it out. And if I FOIL it out, it's going to give me y squared plus 9y plus 18 over, you can see the 3 times the y and the 3 times the 4. So 3y minus 12. So that would be the answer for that one. Now this dude is a big one. Hopefully I have time before my thing runs out. What do I want to do my first step? I don't think I wanted to do that. I think I wanted to switch this to multiplication. So I would have this 9x squared minus 6xy plus 4y to the second up top. And then this can just stay the same for right now. 10x minus 15y. And then on the bottom here, you're going to have this guy. So maybe I will deal with this. I'm actually going to deal with it different though. I'm going to pull the 5 out, and then you have x squared minus y squared, which is really 5. My battery's getting low, crikey. 5 times x minus y, x plus y, that's an x. And then on the bottom, I'm going to have the sum of squares is what I can see right there. And so for the sum of squares, I'm going to end up with 3x is what I'm going to put, or 3x plus 2y, so that's a plus b. And then you have this 9x squared minus 6xy plus 4y to the second up top. So these guys are going to cross out, which is nice. Down here, if I factor this guy, what I'm going to get is x minus y, and again, you're going to cross out an x minus y over there. So if we start cleaning this up, you have x plus y times 6x plus 4y over 3x plus 2y times the quantity of x minus y, and then you still have this 10x minus 15y over here. So it's still a pretty big hot mess. I feel like there's something else I could do. Oh, maybe I could do this right here and pull these apart and get an answer, but I'm afraid my video is going to run out of time. Okay, let's do that. So let's pull out a 3. No, I can't pull out a 3 or a 2. I can't. I think I'm just going to leave it like that.